Okay, now we have our second presenter. Let's welcome อาจารย์ตาล Dr. Tawanrat Mewongukote. She will present the Harmonizing Cultures in Motion, Rethinking Music Camps for Sustainable Tourism. Please welcome อาจารย์ตาลค่ะ
I will speak in English, but if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Oh, actually, yes, because we have international. But I'll try to use very simple vocabularies so you all can understand and follow along. Okay. So it's a pleasure to be here at PGVIS 2025 and to share this project. And it's a project that shaped how I think about music, people, and place. So today I will be sharing insights from the camp called Music on the Move เปิดประตูได้นะคะ Music on the Move it's a mobile camp ก็คือแบบแคมป์ที่เรา move ไปเรื่อยๆเนาะ mobile camp that we relocate each year to different provinces in Thailand so this is not just a music education program or a performance tour it's a platform for cultural participation tourism innovation and also a long-term local engagement. So why rethink where music happens? So in the classical music world, we are trained to think of performance spaces as fixed like concert hall, black boxes, perhaps like a well-designed recital rooms, right? But music has always had a more fluid life. Like sometimes like in the past, we hear music in temples, in church, in markets, in living rooms, or on boats. So this project starts with a simple idea. It's a simple idea what if we stopped training music as an object to be delivered and started treating it as a shared process that moves with people. So we move people into spaces they already know. What if we perform at a hotel rooftop or a coffee places? That could become a concert venue. So we are not by adding any infrastructure, but by inviting imagination. So Music on the Move was built from these questions. So there are three key challenges that shape these works. First, access. So in Thailand, rural and peri-urban areas in Thailand are often lack of consistent access to high quality music programs. Like we know that everyone's talent exists everywhere, but the platforms, the invitations, and the resources do not. Second, centralization. So music education remains anchored in urban institutions. Young people outside major cities like in Bangkok, they have to travel long distances or relocate to study seriously. Like you all, maybe you're not from Bangkok, right? But you have to travel from your hometown to study in Bangkok. So that's a huge barrier. And third, tourism stagnation. In many provinces in Thailand, tourism relies on the same circumstance, like we promote temples, promote mountains or night markets. But these are beautiful, but it is not always dynamic. Cultural tourism still focuses more on what can be consumed than on what can be co-created. So this project asks, can a mobile music camp becomes a meaningful intervention in all three areas. So the framework guiding this project draws on three major bodies of thought. First is the cultural economy, especially the work of David Thorsby, who frames culture as both an expressive and economic economic force. In our case, music generates emotional meaning and catalyzes economic flow. Second, experience economy, developed by Pine and Gilmore. They teach us what people remember is not the product, but the experience. The music camp is more than just a note. It's how it makes people feel, connect, and belong. And lastly, I think everyone knows this quite well by now, the UN Sustainable Development Goals particularly. So we focus on SDG number 4, quality education, because it is a learning space, of course. And SDG number 8, decent work and economic growth, because the local partners benefit. And SDG number 11, sustainable cities and communities, because culture strengthens identity and cohesion. So this work also lives within the field of arts management, creative placemaking, and cultural diplomacy. It's research, but also strategy is pedagogy, but also relationship building. So let me briefly describe this project. Music on the Move is an annual chamber music camp and performance series that travels to a new location in Thailand every year. And it brings together professional musicians, emerging students, and community members for 5 days of intensive learning, collaboration, and public performances. Each edition is shaped by the place. So last year in 2024, we worked with coastal communities and vineyard in Hua Hin. And this year, 2025, actually just last month, we brought the camp to Khao Yai, specifically to an art forest, a local hotel, and specialty coffee place. So these were not passive venues, they were active collaborators. They help us design the program, promote the concert, and even feed and house our participants. So we rehearsed under the trees, performed next to sculptures. So one of the most memorable parts of this year's edition was the sound walk at Khao Yai Art Forest. Actually, they are partnered with the location that we are going tonight, Bangkok Kunsthalle. I connect with them because we went together and do the location scouting, and we really love the location. It's like we went into the mountain. It's like an open air gallery where large scale installations are placed throughout the natural landscape. And we worked closely with the curator and spent several visits walking the space, imagining which pieces could resonate with which pieces of music. So each station in the sound walk featured a short performances placed near and around an artwork. The repertoire was chosen not just for aesthetic match, but for practicality, because the camp participants had only 3 days to rehearse, and that created a creative constraint. The music had to be accessible yet meaningful. And it was also a pedagogical challenge, how to guide students to perform, not just at art, but with it. At the end, one student told me that she said that I felt like the sculpture was playing with me. So the moments like that were worth all the heat, the bucks, and the hours spent listening to the sound travel through trees. So I used the Music on the Move camp to my research project to understand the impact of this project. So I used a mixed methods approach. So we did surveys before and after the camp to measure change in satisfaction, awareness, and connection. In-depth interviews with students, faculty, audience members, and local partners. Participant observation to record informal behaviors, atmospheres, and dynamics. Comparative study with international models, as you may know, as Verbier in Switzerland and Tanglewood in the US. And we also used video, photography, and mapping to document how spaces were activated and remembered. And I already got the research fellow Thai IRB ethics protocol from Rangsit University. So the finding from the 2025 edition in Khao Yai, we gathered strong data. 98% of attendees said that they would revisit the venue or the areas. 92% reported a stronger emotional connection to the space after the concert, and 94% said that the experience helped them understand Thai local culture more deeply. Importantly, local partners like the cafe reported 20 to 30% increases in visits, sales, and customer inquiries during and shortly after the event. So in one case, a guest returned the following week with her friends, not for the coffee, but because she said that she wanted her friends to feel what she felt. Our interviews surfaced three main themes. Emotional immersion, people describe the event as magical, surprising, intimate. Share authorship, our partners felt that they weren't just hosting, but they were co-creating. Place pride, many locals said the camp helped them to see their town and or business in a new way. And one collaborator told me that normally people come to their place for the coffee, but that week they came for the sound. So when compared to international models like Fabier or Tanglewood, we see important contrasts. Like those festivals are of course powerful, but they are site-bound. Music on the Move offers mobility. It requires no permanent infrastructure. It adapts to the landscape and to the people. It is not designed to impress the stage, but to invite from the ground up, and to like have the audience to feel that they are connected. They don't need any musical background or high education. They can just be there and feel with us. This flexibility allows us to reach areas typically excluded from high-level artistic engagement. So what are we really doing? We call this music in motion, a three-part equation. So first, artistic practice, chamber music training and performance, landscape integration using the identity and ecology of the place, and co-creation, designing the experience with, not just for the community. And together, this creates impact that lasts beyond the final note. So it will sustainable cultural impact. So these are the three performances that we did last year. First was at Napa Khao Yai Resort. This is very local resort in Khao Yai, very unique, and I actually performed with Andrew Simon, the principal clarinetist of Hong Kong Philharmonic, and also with Ajahn Satik together. And our second concert performance was at Khao Yai Art Forest. And as you may see from social media, I'm not sure if you similar or have heard about this place. They have like a fog forest. They put it on its artwork from Japanese artists, and so like this art piece actually I really love it because every time they put the fog on, it's always different because we cannot control the wind. So the art is actually really real time, and it's like our music performance because every time we play it's always different, right? Even though you practice the notes, sometimes you miss the note, you play wrong notes, but it's fine, but because that's a live performance. Also with the fog forest, you can't control anything, you just let the fog go with the wind. So I really like this place a lot. And the last performance was at Harmonizing Khao Yai. It's a chain coffee shop by Nana Coffee Roasters. Maybe you all know this Nana Coffee Roasters very well. They have many branches in Bangkok and around Thailand. And Harudot is one of their chain in Khao Yai. And we have our participants perform there. So what can others take away from this? Maybe like if you are a policymakers, this is a tool for cultural decentralization. So we try to not put everything in Bangkok. We try to spread everything to other provinces. So it's decentralization. You don't need to build a hall to support the arts, but you can build ecosystems. And for institutions, it's a chance to rethink music education, not just as curriculum, but as cultural participation. And for businesses and local tourism offices, it's a creative model that enhances visibility, foot traffic, and narrative value without needing to be commercial or exploitative. So in conclusion, Music on the Move is more than a camp, it is a lens, a way of seeing how music can live in motion across landscapes, across communities. Also, it reminds us that we don't need more infrastructure, we need more imagination, more generosity of space, more willingness to meet people where they are, and above all, we need to believe that beauty doesn't have to be permanent to be beautiful.
คงซ้อมกันมาเยอะแล้วก็น่าจะเป็นแบบว่าเป็นครั้งแรกที่ออกมาแบบว่ามาแสดงสดอย่างนี้นะครับต่อท่ามกลางผู้คนและธรรมชาตินะครับและคิดว่าเป็นประสบการณ์ที่ดีแล้วก็เป็นประสบการณ์ที่ดีของคนที่มาชมดนตรีด้วยนะครับมันเป็นบรรยากาศหนึ่งบรรยากาศสดๆและเรื่องเรียวๆหน่อยนะครับแล้วก็น้องเขาก็ทำได้เต็มที่มากเลยนะครับแล้วก็ต้องบอกว่าอาจารย์ที่มาสอนฝึกน้องๆเนี่ยก็มีความพยายามมากนะครับที่ฝึกให้น้องๆเนี่ยเล่นเพลงและได้ไพเราะได้ขนาดนี้นะครับ
So thank you very much for your time, and I think as you can see from the clip, it was really tiring actually because we spent 5 days with so many kids, parents, and kids like by kids I mean like from age 6 until like 52, and it was a lot of work, but we came back with lots of energy actually, right? As I speak. And this year we actually got a lot of cultural partners. So I would like to say thank you to Yamaha, Khao Yai Art Forest, Harmonizing Khao Yai, and also Napa Khao Yai for their support. And we cannot organize a music camp like this without their help and without others. It's such a big collaboration, and we are really, really thankful for their support. And also like with the press in Thailand, Wong Nai, they share our events on their page, and lots of people followed along, and they came to the art forest. So if you have any question, please feel free, or you have any experience with the music camp and would like to share, please feel free to.
มีใครมีคำถามไหมคะ
หรืออยากไปไหน If you wanna join next year, you can sign up.
But before we start with the question, please give a round of applause to your presentation. Very wonderful ค่ะอาจารย์กรี๊ดได้นะคะกรี๊ดได้ มีใครมีคำถามไหมคะ ปีหน้าจัดที่ไหนอะไรอย่างนี้เป็นต้น
Actually, we already know next year. Next year we are going to Got Samui Island, and so the camp will be from 15 to 19 July 2026, and the audition period will be in May, from 1st of May until 31st of May. So if you want to join, feel free to apply.
น้องเด็ก
ทุกคนเป็นนักดนตรีใช่ไหมต้องลาหรือเปล่าต้องทำเรื่องลาไหมเนี่ยถ้าจะไปจอยใช่ไหม
ได้เดี๋ยวทำหนังสือให้
โอ้เรามีทำหนังสือนะงั้นแปลก่อนเนาะตะกี้ว่าถ้าปีหน้าอยากไปจอยนะคะเดี๋ยวเปิดออดิชั่นตั้งแต่วันที่1 พฤษภาเตรียมตัวตั้งแต่วันนี้ได้เลย แล้วเราก็มีแคมป์ที่สมุยนะวันที่15 ถึง 19 กรกฎาคม เตรียมตัวทำเรื่องลาอะไรนะจบแล้วก็ดีสิ
แต่ต้องลาสิ
ก็ไม่ต้องลาใช่ป่ะ
ทำงาน
มีคำถามไหมคะ
อยากทราบว่าแบบการเลือกที่ในแต่ละปีหัวหินเขาใหญ่เนี่ยแบบมีการเลือกยังไงมีปัจจัยอะไรในการเลือก
What's the factors for you to decide which area that you will go to in each year? Like the first year we went to Hua Hin, and this year we went to Khao Yai. Okay.
Next year. Yeah, so good question. So we came up with music on the move. Of course, we have to move the location every year, and that's actually make it more difficult to organize, right? Like I compare the festival with Verbier or Tanglewood. It's those festivals, they are always at the same location. But for music on the move, so we, of course, like the first, how can I say, first thing is that we have to relocate. So we start with something easy like Hua Hin because it's really close to Bangkok, only 2 hours drive. And so we start with the beach because when people think of summer vacation in Thailand, they want to go to the beach. And we have like, how can I say, like relationship with Hua Hin school. Like we are a partner, so it's quite easy to work at the place. So that's why we started with Hua Hin. And then we want to switch location from first year beach and then second year to mountain. So when we think of mountain, we think of Khao Yai. Also like a big city in Thailand, like also for tourism, people would think like, okay, Khao Yai. And people who have, how can I say, like high income, they live in Khao Yai. So they would join our concerts easily. So that's why second year, okay, Khao Yai. And then third year, we have to go to the beach again. So I think of Samui. Because it's quite easy, I would say, for international participants to fly directly to Samui. And right now, so when we have the place, now I have to already start working. I have to talk with Bangkok Airways. And then try to do the location scouting because when we organize event like this, I have to myself be there and find the right hotels for our participants because in the camp they have to rehearse, they need lots of rooms, they need like the hotel that can support these kind of things. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Wonderful. Actually, wonderful. One thought was that you could be on the move but go back to the same place every few years. So it could be, for example, a 3-year rotation because the risk may be that you do it once and never again, whereas you could build the relationship through time. So whether it's 3, whether it's 4, you probably don't need it too far apart because you want to have the sustainable relationships. Otherwise, you will have a crazy year every year.
Yeah.
And so this is open to internationals as well as local? Okay, fine. And would there be any interest? It's just I'm looking at a similar project, not quite so much on the move, but a similar project in Northern Australia, and whether there'd be any interest in potentially finding connection. Could be quite fun, actually. So it's fascinating, actually. What music do you play?
It's chamber music.
But
so
pre-existing or created? Or?
Both.
Okay,
Both.
cool.
Yeah, so after the auditions, they sent video clips,
Yeah.
and then our mentors would selected the repertoires that would match their
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah. And how many people?
Last year, almost 50.
50?
Yeah.
No, but how many students? I mean, how many?
Yeah, the
50?
students.
50 students.
That's big. That's really
But
big.
first year we had like 20 something.
That sounds
Yeah,
sensible.
it's like worth
It's
of
growing
mouth.
really fast.
Wow. That's huge. You could play the pastoral symphony with 50.
But their level is, they're very young.
You could just play the bass line.
Yeah.
New arrangement.
Okay.
Actually, seriously, it's really worth thinking about taking very short bits of a piece and finding simple things inside it. There could be open strings, for example, and just do a reimagining. And so long as someone can play the main melody.
Thank you. We will
Thank
you. Take that for next
Thank you,
year.
Professor Bernard, for your comments and ideas.
Yes.
So you don't have to work so hard.
That's the main thing.
Yes. Since we have very good connection with the local staff.
Yeah.
Yes. โอเค มีคำถามอื่นๆอีกไหมคะ Okay, so if there is no further question ตบมืออีกครั้งให้อาจารย์ตาลค่ะ round of applause